Hello guys, I'm Dele Alli, the famous footballer, and that was a lie. Uh, yeah, I made that up. I know you're probably thinking, "Whoa, it's not actually Dele Alli. You look exactly the same," and I get that a lot. I do, I really do, especially when I'm playing football. Um, People do mistake me for him. God, I am such a terrible liar. No, my name is Mr. Red Apple, and I am proceeding to pop my YouTube virginity today, and just have a chat with you. We're going to talk about my favourite YouTubers. I've written a couple of names on this piece of paper here. I'm just going to sort of tick them off one by one, and we'll just have a little chat. Let you know the sort of things I like to watch, and then who knows, we could become best friends. How great would that be? So, we should probably crack on with the list then. Probably be a good thing to do. So the first one I wrote down in this top 10 list of Mr. Red Apple's favourite YouTubers is a guy called Casually Explained. Now, there aren't many YouTubers whose names really fit what they do. For example, my name, if you know, Mr. Red Apple. I could have just started a channel where I just eat apples, or lick them, or do various things to apples, which wouldn't be very fun to watch. But this guy, he literally explains things in a very casual manner, with a nice animated stickman thing in the background, and it's brilliant. Favourite video of his is when he describes life as a game. So start off sort of, you know, spend the first 9 months inside the womb. That's the loading screen. 0 to 18. That's training, and then you can purchase the expansion pack, go to university, get a couple of extra XP. You know, in life I actually did that. I purchased the university expansion pack, and I was massively disappointed by it. Really let down by that expansion pack. Some people enjoy it. I just didn't. Wasted a lot of time there, really. Let's be on the point. You know, so he goes on to explain about life and sort of compares it to being a game. And obviously it's funny. That's the whole point of the video. But there's a lot of truths to that. You know, what happens when you die? Do we respawn as something else? Like, am I gonna come back as a bench or a frog or a fly? I don't know. We won't know until it happens. Or you just enter a black screen of death. You know, nothing happens really. So yeah, he's the first one on the list, and for very good reason. If you haven't checked him out, you should do. So the next one on the old list is someone you probably know more from a show called The Inbetweeners. Plays Jay on The Inbetweeners. He's got a YouTube channel called Completed It, mate. He plays a lot of Call of Duty. It's pretty decent actually. Plays some retro games as well, and yeah, he puts out some good videos. If you're into that sort of thing, watching other people play games. I couldn't recommend him more, to be fair. I mean, he's definitely doing it for a hobby. I mean, he's a pretty successful actor. So he's just doing it for a bit of fun, really, like myself. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, if you haven't already checked him out, it's called Complete It, mate. And yeah, let's go check him out. Swiftly moving on, we get to a guy who's got, I'd say, quite a niche following. Sort of, I heard about him when I used to go to the Air Cadets. A little fun fact about me: when I was sort of 12 to 16ish, and used to play in the flight simulator and stuff. And one of the guys there introduced me to this YouTuber, whose name is Air Force Proud 95, and the majority of his channel, he flies, but the majority of his channel is him playing flight simulator and sort of mocking people or sort of taking it quite seriously, but in a funny way. For example, like, one of my favourite videos of his is where he's doing air traffic control, pretends to be an air traffic control officer, and he's just giving people stick as they're trying to take off from this airfield, and people take this game very, very seriously when you play online with it, and he just sort of makes fun of that fact, and it's brilliant. So yeah, might not have heard of him before, but quite a niche following. But if you've got a minute, don't really know what to do with yourself, just type in Air Force Proud 95 and just have a gander. That's what I did, and I've never looked back. So I think we're up to number 7 now. I think this is the 4th one. So if we're going from 10 to 1, which is no real particular order, but we'll just call it 7 for the sake of argument. It's Stone Mountain 64. I mean, this guy is hilarious. He does a lot of live streaming, some of his videos, his Battlefield videos especially when he was playing Battlefield 4, I think it was, and he sort of does these YOLO on the battlefield things, and he'll take it really seriously in a bit like the Air Force Proud 95. Takes it really seriously, but in a comical way. One of the favourite videos he's done, I can remember, was he was playing Battlefield 4, obviously, and he sort of cuts away from the mic, but you can still hear him in the background, and he's shouting, Mom, I'm playing Battlefield, people be mean to me," or whatever it was, and it was brilliant. So he does a lot of videos like that. The YOLO on the Battlefield ones, if you haven't heard about them before, you need to check those out, because they're really, really funny videos. Great sense of humour. And yeah, so if you haven't already, check out Stone Mountain 64. Swiftly moving on to number 6 in Mr. Red Apple's unofficial top 10 is two guys. I think they're from Dudley, which is in sort of near Birmingham, in the Midlands in England, and they're called TGF Bro, and they are basically Jackass, but more idiotic. They just sort of do very stupid videos. For example, they fill a bin with hot chocolate and then proceed to jump in and drink it, or they'll set up a slip and slide down a big hill and attach sandpaper to it and then slide down it and rip their skin clean off. So if you're into that sort of stuff, just two guys making really good videos of them just being idiots, basically. They do other things as well, but if you're into that sort of stuff, if you like Jackass and Dirty Sanchez, then I would highly recommend watching their videos. So TGF Bro in at number 6. So number 5 for me is a guy from Newcastle. He is called the True Geordie. So I do like my football. I'm not the best footballer in the world. I mean, I should be. I'm 6'5", I should be, but it's Lukaku, target man. But I'm not, sadly, because I'm not Belgian. But if I was, obviously, I'd be quality at football. Anyway, yeah. So the True Geordie, he does a podcast, a weekly podcast. That's my favourite thing that I like watching of his. Does this podcast? He just talk about anything. A lot of it's football based, but he gets some guests on and he'll have a chat with them. But he's very outspoken, and he's not afraid to speak his mind. When it comes to the football side of things, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the things he's saying, but for entertainment value, he's a real character, and he's absolutely massive. If you didn't already know that, so yeah, if you haven't checked him out yet, the True Geordie is a must from me. So yeah, number 5 is the True Geordie. Next up on our list is KSI. So at the minute, there's been a lot of, as you probably know, all this YouTube drama stuff and diss tracks and whatever. He's been involved in that recently. They're dropping music and dissing each other. It's got to be all stage. I mean, come on. But some of his older stuff and some of his more recent stuff, and some of his music as well, I did quite enjoy. I like watching him. He's probably the longest subscription I had on YouTube. I've followed him for, I don't know, 4 years now, maybe. I don't know off the top of my head. And yeah, his videos are funny. I mean, some of his older stuff was a bit, are we crossing the line here? But I mean, when you watch his videos back, when you grow up, 'cause I think I'm the same age as him possibly. At the time it's hilarious. If you look back, it's probably just what he's done. He's thought, if I want to make, if I'm trying to be a role model or whatever, it's probably not the best if I carry on with, the rape face and things like that. So it's a bit, some people like, a bit like Marmite. Some people like him, some people don't. But I like him, and he features on the only list you ever need to be included in, really, which is my list. So well done, KSI. Well done, mate. If you do enjoy FIFA, if that's your sort of thing, then the next guy you may or may not have heard of, but he's a strange one. He's called the Masterbooks. He's from Australia. He's a good guy. He plays FIFA. The majority of his channel is FIFA based, obviously. And the reason why I like this guy is not necessarily for the videos he's making. I mean, I don't mind watching people play FIFA. It's more for his reaction when he's playing. I mean, he gets angry when he plays FIFA. He'll do career mode, sort of road to glory things, and he'll play FIFA. But when he takes it sort of a little bit too seriously, and I wouldn't like to say I'm laughing at him or with him, but some of his reactions to when his players aren't performing, things like that, are absolutely hilarious. I mean, I've gone through about 6 or 7 of these in the past couple of months alone, so God knows how many he's been through. But if you just watch some of his videos, especially his Road to Glory ones, he's a funny guy, but he gets angry. He's punching the table, the desk, whatever, getting really angry. I mean, sometimes his little, the thumbnail of him playing or whatever, playing along, it disappears and you just hear a crash. So I can only assume he's punched his wall or thrown a cat out the window. One of those two things. So yeah, if you like people getting angry whilst they're playing FIFA, and it seems like a pretty decent guy, then I highly recommend Masterbooks, and he's number 3 on my list. The next guy is more football orientated. He probably puts, with the videos I watch on YouTube, probably the best quality in terms of production value and spending time to really put out a good product when he does his sort of his big series is Spencer Owen, aka Spencer FC. For example, with the Wembley Cup, and if you do watch him, the Hashtag United, Hashtag Academy, and all that sort of stuff, like really good quality videos, then I couldn't recommend him more. I mean, I really do enjoy his videos. He's a funny guy, seems really down to earth, seems someone that you could go out for a pint with and really get along with. So from a viewer's perspective, I think he's brilliant, and I'll proceed to take my tongue out of his bottom. So yeah, number 2 is Spencer FC. If you haven't already, go check him out. And number 1 on the coveted Mr. Red Apple list is none other than the self-proclaimed, official king of YouTube, PewDiePie. And that was a terrible impersonation of the boy, the Swedish man with the white hair and the massive beard. Yeah, you either love him or you hate him. Most people love him. He's brilliant. He's outspoken. He seems humble, and he makes funny videos. I mean, I haven't followed him for that long. I mean, past 6 months, I've probably seen everything he's put out, because every morning, or evening or wherever, his videos, he puts one up a day. But before that, I hadn't really heard of him. And I just remember a friend from university would religiously watch his videos, and would binge watch, and I'd be making food or whatever in the kitchen, and you just hear this PewDiePie and all this sort of stuff, and playing silly games and things. I was like, oh, what's this guy? And then recently I started watching him, and he's brilliant. And if it was in ranked order, he'd definitely be up there. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard of PewDiePie and you've somehow made it onto my video, then you're clearly as in the dark as I am in terms of YouTube, because yeah, just how have you not heard of him? 56 million subscribers or whatever it is. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, PewDiePie, amongst my favourite YouTubers. So I guess that's pretty much it for today. I'm going to obviously try and be pretty consistent with these videos. I don't really know where I'm going to take it from here. I'm just doing it for a bit of fun, really. We can, see how it goes. See how this video gets on. I'll keep putting some out, but whatever. Not really thought too much about an outro. I didn't really think too much about the intro or the contents of the video. I've just sort of rambled on into the little camera, just there. Yeah. So yeah, I guess thanks for watching. If you have, currently sat on 0 subscribers, so I mean it's only up from here unless we stagnate, and then I've just killed however many hours or however long it's taken me to do this. Not really that long. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. I am Mr. Red Apple. Name's not really up for debate, so if you don't like it, you know where to go. So yeah, thanks. Hopefully, yeah, I'll see you in the. I nearly said see you in the next one. I'll just see you later. Yeah. Bye, pal. Bye bye.